We are now into the second half of 2022, so this feels like a good time to look back on the films this year and see how they have done so far. So I'm going to give you my top 5 best films of the year and let me know yours as well in the comments below. And a word of note, we're not going to include any of the Oscar films because some of those films do overlap from the previous year to this year depending on the region they're released in, but we have done a ranking video in the past if you want to check that out for the Oscar Best Picture nominees. So starting in number 5 we have The Batman. This film is easily the best comic book film released so far this year. It was great to see a different take on the Batman story, and I thought Robert Pattinson in the role was actually pretty decent. What I really liked about this film is that it showed the Batman and Gordon as detectives very much like in the comics, and I really liked as well how it showed Gotham as a grubby and disgusting place to be. You know, it really got that across. This was by no means a perfect film. I thought the final act was a little bit sloppy, but what it did was give this iconic character a fresh feel and one it seriously needed. To number 4 now we have The Northman. This is one of those films which will not be for everyone because it leaves some things up to interpretation, and a lot of people do not like that. They'd rather have it actually told straight to them. But once you know what sort of film this is, it's one of those you can really get invested in. It's raw and it's brutal and it doesn't shy away from showing you the Viking way of life, and it was a bloody good time. To the top 3 now, and the third spot goes to Elvis. Now I've had some time to sit with this film, I can see whether or not it's one of those which stays in the brain or if it doesn't, and I gotta say it definitely does. It showed how Elvis found his passion for music and also the inspirations behind him becoming a worldwide superstar, while also showing the business side of the brand Elvis and the manipulation from Colonel Tom Parker. And I think Baz Luhrmann constructed a really well made biopic, which, yeah, it was very long, but it was one of those films which I was happy to be there in the moment and enjoying it. And I gotta say, a week or two after it, I was still listening to Elvis songs and getting those songs stuck in my head. So to the top 2, and this was a difficult one, I was flipping back and forth these two, but for number 2 I've got Top Gun Maverick. To anyone that I've spoke about this film to, I've said that you have to go and watch it in the cinema because it's one of those films which you really need to see on the biggest screen and with the best sound system because it really does make the most of it. And like I said in my reaction video, it's one of those films I'd happily watch in 4DX as well because you can really feel like you're in the cockpit with the air blowing behind your neck and that sort of thing. And so yeah, as an action film, it absolutely ticks all the boxes. It showed a lot of heart, and Tom Cruise is one of the last major movie stars going right now. And he's done some really good films recently, with Mission Impossible Fallout also being a very fun time. But Top Gun Maverick is one of those I'd happily watch over and over again. So that just leaves my number 1 choice, and that is Everything Everywhere All at Once. Like many people have said, this is the best multiverse film of the year. In terms of fun escapism at the cinema, Everything Everywhere All at Once certainly gets the A star. Like, this film is absolutely bonkers, but what makes it work is that all the actors are committed to it and the story is really well written. I have done a video on Everything Everywhere All at Once on the channel if you do want to get a few more of my thoughts, but it's one of those films where I just gotta say, go out and watch it, go out and see it ASAP. So that's my top 5 films of 2022 so far this year, but let me know yours in the comments below. And on screen right now is a video we did for a sequel 52 years in the making, The Railway Children Return, and all our thoughts on that.